Hello, Iuka kindergarten family and friends. Today is a very bittersweet day, as it is the day we will celebrate the culmination of our kindergarten school year. Normally, this would be done with a big program in the evening, with songs and poems and all of us gathered here to celebrate. But unfortunately this year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, that is not possible. Still, we want to make sure that our graduates receive the recognition that they deserve. So, I welcome you now to our virtual kindergarten graduation. This will always be a special class for me because it's my first kindergarten class at Iuka grade school. So we experienced a lot of firsts together. Big things like putting all those sounds together to learn to read, and little things like figuring out how to manage the lunch line in the cafeteria. They came in the door as little more than babies, some with some preschool experience behind them, some taking their very first steps away from family. But all of them have worked hard over the year and have learned so much. Much more that can be recorded on a report card. We learned how to count and we learned our letter sounds. Then we learned how to add and subtract and we learned how to read. But we also learned how to be responsible for our own belongings, how to listen when someone else is talking, how to be a friend. We learned to be curious and ask questions and use all of our senses to discover how our world works. And then we learned how to learn at home. My biggest regret is that when we were leaving school on that last day, I didn't get to say a last goodbye. I wish I had known that that was the last time this class would walk out of the doors as my class. At the time, we thought we would be back in a few weeks. But here we are, at the end of the school year, and we have all had to figure out a new way to do school. To all my kindergarten parents and grandparents out there who picked up packets and became kindergarten teachers overnight, thank you. I can tell by the questions you asked, the pictures you sent me, the conversations we had, and the work that was returned, that you put a lot of effort into working with your student. And to my kindergartners, I want you to know how proud of you I am. I know it wasn't the same, working at your kitchen table, all by yourself, instead of working at your table in our classroom with your friends around you. I know you missed our routines, our centers, and our songs, and our stories, and your friends. But you didn't. You kept at it. You worked and practiced and learned every day, and now, just like in a regular year, you are graduating from kindergarten. Before we read the names of the graduates, I want to give out a few awards. I had planned on giving out class awards for a number of different things, and normally would have done this part in our classroom because a lot of them are silly or fun awards. I've still given these awards out to students, and you will find them in your packets, but I do have a couple of award winners that I feel deserve recognition, and I would like to announce those here today. The first is our award for Sight Word Star. These students completed all of their blue sight word lists this year. Our blue sight word lists were sight words that went above and beyond what was required in our reading and phonics curriculum. Students worked on these lists at their own pace, and we had quite a few that completed all their lists this year. So these students will be getting the Sight Word Star Award. Ethan Borcherding, Madeline Borcherding, Gibson Collins, Logan Dial, Ethan Kleibacher, Lily Krajewska, Ethan Stewart, Sadie Ulrey, Liam Vale, Jonathan Watson, and Madeline White. The next award is our Big Numbers Award. During the third quarter, we began our number writing challenge. One day each week, we would get out our number pages and we would work on writing our numbers. When we got to 100, we just kept going. We wondered who would be able to get the farthest. And now I get to announce the winner. And the winner is Elijah Myers, who wrote all the way up to 830. I have a second award that I am giving to students who wrote their numbers to at least 500 or above to commemorate their hard work too. And these students are Ethan Stewart, Trinity Thomas, Pim Wangandi, and Jonathan Watson. Now we come to our attendance awards, and attendance at school is such a very important thing. The work that I send home as makeup work covers only a fraction of what we actually do during the school day. So much of what we do in our classroom together is impossible to replicate at home. Even the packets that were sent home during the fourth quarter cover only the bare basics of what we normally accomplish during a school day. So we want to recognize those students who had excellent attendance at school during their first 3 quarters. And this year, attendance awards are based on just the first 3 quarters of school. Those winners are Ethan Borcherding, Madeline Borcherding, Gibson Collins, Cohen Dash, Logan Dial, Ethan Kleibacher, Jace Lloyd, Marcus Merrick, Ethan Stewart, Trinity Thomas, Liam Vale, Pimla Paswangandi, Madeline White, and Ellie Williams. Last, I want to thank the families once again for their understanding and support this year, both during and before the quarantines, especially our parents and grandparent volunteers who donated snacks and extra supplies, who chaperoned field trips, and popped into our classroom to teach us something new or to spoil us with goodies and surprises. I promise you, you have made this kindergarten year memorable for me and for all of our students. And I also want to thank Mr. Consolino for finding a way to make learning work for us this last quarter. And now, I will read off the names of our kindergarten graduates. Max Christopher Bookout. Ethan Luke Borcherding. Madeline Laura Borcherding. Gibson Gregory Collins. Cohen Elliott Dash. Logan Lee Dial. Ethan Casey Kleibacher. Lily Grace Krajewska. Alexander Andrew Hart Lawrence. Jace Martin Lloyd. Marcus Quinn Merrick. Elijah Ray Myers. Kira Dawn Ray Lynn Riley. Isaiah James Michael Schipple. Allie Faye Solomon. Ethan Michael Stewart. Trinity Mae Ann Thomas. Sadie Elizabeth Ullery. Liam Roderick Vale. Pimlapas Wangandi. Jonathan Dwayne Watson. Madeline Grace White. And Ellie Marie Williams. Congratulations, kindergartners. You are first graders now.